It was a rainy Monday morning when Michael Thompson, a single dad of 7-year-old Ethan, found himself juggling grocery bags and a briefcase as he hurried through the crowded streets of downtown New York. His life had been a series of routines: drop Ethan at school, work odd jobs, and pick him up again, all while trying to keep their small apartment warm and cheerful. But nothing in his ordinary life had prepared him for what was about to happen. At the same time, in a sleek high-rise building overlooking Central Park, Victoria Hayes, the young and fiercely independent CEO of a rapidly growing tech company, was preparing for an important investor meeting. Victoria was sharp, confident, and known for her no-nonsense approach. She rarely allowed anyone into her personal space, and most certainly, she never trusted strangers, especially in a city where appearances could be deceiving. That morning, as fate would have it, Michael's minor accident of being in the wrong place at the wrong time would change everything. Victoria had just finished a conference call when she decided to step out of her office to get some fresh air. The rain had eased to a drizzle, but the sidewalk outside was still slick and treacherous. Just as she stepped onto the curb, a cyclist swerved to avoid a dog and lost control, sending his bike flying toward her. Michael, who had just entered the building to escape the rain, saw the impending accident. Without a second thought, he lunged forward and pushed Victoria out of the way. She tumbled backward, landing in a puddle, soaked and slightly bruised. Michael, drenched himself, helped her up, muttering an apology, but Victoria was too shocked to speak. She had no idea who this man was, but something in his genuine concern caught her off guard. "Oh my God, are you okay?" Michael asked, brushing mud off her designer coat. I think so," Victoria stammered, trying to regain her composure. She glanced at him and assumed, from his casual clothing and humble demeanor, that he must be one of the building's security personnel. "Thank you, security," she added hesitantly, her voice a mixture of relief and embarrassment. Michael chuckled awkwardly. "Security? Nope, just a guy trying not to watch someone get hit by a bike." Victoria raised an eyebrow, intrigued. She usually didn't indulge in idle chatter with strangers, but something about his sincerity made her smile despite herself. "Well, security, thank you," she said again, this time with a playful tone, almost as if testing the waters. For the next few days, Michael kept running into Victoria in unexpected places. Once in the elevator, once at a coffee shop, and even at the local park where he was taking Ethan after school. Each encounter made Victoria's curiosity grow, and she found herself enjoying Michael's humor, kindness, and the unassuming way he navigated life. One afternoon, Victoria's assistant, noticing Michael in the lobby, whispered to her, "Isn't that the janitor/security guy?" Victoria laughed softly. "Not exactly," she replied, deciding to play along with the misunderstanding. She was tired of people trying to impress her with wealth or status. Michael was refreshing because he was honest, unaffected by her CEO title. Days turned into weeks. Victoria found excuses to see him, and Michael, unaware of her assumptions about him, treated her just like any other person. He helped her carry heavy boxes during a company event, offered her his umbrella when it rained, and even shared stories about Ethan's school antics. One evening, Victoria invited him to the company's charity gala. Michael, thinking it was a casual networking event, showed up in his modest suit, holding a slightly nervous smile. Victoria, looking stunning in a midnight blue gown, introduced him as a close friend. The media, expecting to see high-profile guests only, were intrigued by the unlikely duo. Michael, embarrassed but proud, mingled politely, unaware that cameras captured every moment. As the night progressed, Victoria realized she was drawn to Michael's authenticity. While everyone around them discussed stock options and mergers, Michael laughed freely, shared heartfelt stories, and spoke with such compassion about his son and life's simple joys. Victoria felt a warmth she hadn't known in years. Her life had been filled with spreadsheets, deadlines, and boardroom battles, but Michael reminded her that life could be beautiful in its simplest form. Finally, after months of playful interactions and hidden glances, Victoria decided it was time for the truth. She invited Michael to her office one evening, under the pretense of discussing a new community project. Michael arrived, Holding his usual bag of groceries he had picked up for Ethan, "Michael," Victoria began, "there's something I need to tell you." He looked up, curious, not expecting what was coming next. I think you've mistaken me for someone else," she said softly, smiling. "I'm the CEO here. I have my own security team. You've been treating me like one of your everyday acquaintances, and I don't know. I kind of love it." Michael blinked, a mix of shock and amusement on his face. "Wait, you mean all this time, I've been helping the CEO? And you never corrected me?" Victoria laughed, a genuine, carefree laugh. "I wanted to see if you would treat me like a normal person, and you did. You didn't care about titles or money. You just cared about me. And honestly, I haven't stopped thinking about you since." Michael's heart pounded. He had admired her for weeks, but now knowing her true identity was overwhelming. Yet, what mattered most to him was that she had seen him, not just a stranger or a role. "Well," he said, scratching the back of his head, "I guess I did get a little carried away with saving you from that bike." Victoria stepped closer, her eyes twinkling. Maybe that was fate. Maybe it was meant to be. From that moment on, their relationship transformed. Victoria no longer saw him as a simple, kind stranger, and Michael no longer saw her as an untouchable CEO. They met for coffee dates, park walks, and movie nights with Ethan. Slowly, a deep connection blossomed, founded not on wealth or status, but on trust, humor, and mutual respect. Months later, at a quiet dinner in their favorite restaurant, Victoria raised her glass. "To being mistaken, yet finding exactly what we were looking for." Michael smiled, holding Ethan's hand across the table. "To fate, the bike, and everything else." And so, a single dad and a powerful CEO found love in the most unexpected way, proof that sometimes, life's greatest surprises come when you least expect them.